inspiration and marketing savvies go henceforth, forthwith, and destroy those dents with a lovely cup of tea and a stiff upper lip. Attention! For those dent guys. Bravo, chaps.
Welcome along to a second episode of Those Dent Guys with me, Martin Sadler from Dent Remover.
And I'm Ben Ridley from Trident PDR.
Okay, so in this episode we're going to have an overview of our last show and a look into MTRX in a bit more detail.
That's right, we're going to have a quick look into all its functions and what it can mean for you guys, for your business, both on the estimating side, as a sales tool, and also we're going to have a quick look at its other features like its scheduling, etc.
Okay, good stuff. I've only just touched the surface of MTRX. It's price a dent and that's it for me, so I'm really interested to finding out all the other little bits and bobs.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, to be honest, I don't use it to a massively deep extent myself, but I have obviously used it both on the hail side. That's where I started off with it, with a little bit of fleet work as well. So there's like a set pricing for doing trade work with it, price a dent as well. So there's quite a bit there that's super useful.
Nice one, good stuff. Well, we'll get into that in a little while, but how was your week, Ben? How was your week?
Very, very tiring. We were just having this conversation, and I've only had a few cars in the workshop this week, but they've all been monster jobs. Just very challenging mentally, more than anything, I guess. So yeah, ready for the weekend. What's the weekend again? How about you, man?
Oh yeah, it's all the same, isn't it? Yeah, can't really do anything on a weekend, can you?
No.
My week was normal, really. Yeah, I've had a couple of bad jobs, had a couple of small jobs.
Yeah.
A nice crease repair that I did yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I'll probably bring that up for the MTRX actually.
Yeah, that was lovely. Lovely job.
See how much you can price it up and what I did it for.
Oh, there's not going to be tears before bed, is there?
No, hopefully not.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, though, coming out of episode 1, we had some fantastic feedback from everybody. That was really cool. Lots of messages from people, both direct and on the Facebook pages and Instagrams, which is great of you guys connecting on the social medias.
Yep, so all that, yep.
Yeah, it was really cool. Nice little boost, and glad you locked on to what we were doing and hopefully are going to do with this whole podcast series. But yeah, I mean, obviously there was tons of feedback as well as to things we could do with the show, but we're going to talk about those on the Facebook Lives. But I think one of the biggest comments was, why are we always wearing black? You know, I had to have a look
for that.
I know, right? Slimming. Well, I went through my wardrobe trying to find something different, and I realised that like 80% of my clothing are all dent tops.
Yeah,
it's like my missus loves it when we go out for dinner, and I'm there in my bright orange Power PDR t-shirt. It's absolute stunner.
Well, my dent killer top was winking at me. Which one was it? The blue one with the red dent killer on, but I thought,
yeah.
I'll save that for another day.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, we'll have to have a chat about that because we don't want to turn up in the same top now, do we?
Oh, yeah. No,
Pre-production meeting.
Oh, we have one of those already.
Do we? Where was I?
Kind of. Okay, tool of the week.
You love that.
I like saying that. I do, yeah. I feel like Jeremy Clarkson when I say that. Tool of the week.
I might cut it out and set it as your ringtone when you call me.
Okay, so my tool of the week was the fender plier wide bridge attachment.
Oh, okay.
So that's, you get the feet, it's just a set feet. Well, this one's, you can adjust them.
Right.
And that is absolutely bang on.
I was going to say, to be honest with you, because obviously I've just got the smaller version, and you're forever just trying to get in the right angle, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, with these, like I say, where you can screw them in the normal way, or you can put them on the far side of the pliers and put the screw in from either side, and then you can move them like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, absolutely spot on.
Perfect. Can you get those separate then, or do they come with?
Yeah, you can buy them separate. Yeah, and you can get the anti-blowout tips as well, which I've got those as well. I just haven't got the right dent to try them on yet.
Makes sense.
I keep searching. And I haven't damaged the wife's car yet to practice.
There you go. Well, we'll follow up on those as soon as you've had a.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As soon as you've had a good run out. That would be interesting to see how those things are going, because I'm hearing good things. I just trust your opinion, mate.
Yeah. I'm glad someone does.
A little bit. Nice. So definitely the wide bridge attachment. And does that go on the smaller version as well as the fender pliers?
It will do, yeah, but I don't really see the point of that, because when you're on the edge pliers, you're on like a door edge, so you need to be quite quite close together, so you're getting more pressure out.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely that for wings. I mean, I've just the job that I'm going to talk about in a second. I used it on that on the front wing, and it was epic.
Yeah.
So, but you'll be able to see all that soon anyway.
Perfect. Look forward to it, man.
What about you?
Nice. My tool of the week is not a conventional dent tool. My tool of the week is going to be an app for your phone that is called Video Leap. So basically it's a video editing software, as I say, for your device, so whether it's your phone or your iPad, tablet, whatever you're using, and it's almost like having sort of Final Cut Pro in your pocket. It's such a powerful app for doing before and after videos. So like within 5 minutes of me finishing a job, I've got a video that's got awesome transitions and fades and text and music, and that's out on all my social medias, like I say, within 5 minutes of finishing a job, and it's generating, feedback or leads or whatever. So yeah, not a dent tool per se, but such a super bit of technology in your pocket just to get things in and out quick. The workflow on it's super fast. It's really good. And another great thing about it is there's tons of resources for it. So Video Leap have got a wicked YouTube channel, and it's like literally just short 5-minute videos about doing this thing. So it's super easy to learn and pick up as well. So I mean, if I was any dent tech out there, I'd probably take a look at getting on it. And if you are going to do that, by all means, drop me a line if there's anything I can do to help you, to get that media out quicker. It's win-win. Do it.
Nice one.
Yeah, man.
Does it have a microphone as well, does it?
Yeah, you can do obviously you got to buy your own, but you can do voiceovers on it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's obviously not like a professional studio type thing, but you can do a decent job of a voiceover recording with it. Again, just like that. So yeah, man, it's really good. Definitely
good effort. I've just seen your recent video anyway. Well, one of them might be a couple of days old by the time this comes out. But what was that the dent of the week? Or
which one was that?
The Peugeot.
The quarter panel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Citroen DS5.
Oh well, it's all the same thing, innit?
I was going to do it as dent of the week, but I've just chucked it up on my social medias today. Again, just a real quick job on Video Leap, just to splash it out there and start generating. But it's already up and out there, so everyone can go and check that out. I'm going to go with something different for dent of the week. Something, I mean, that was bad. Don't get me wrong, that was a bad dent. But I've got
that was the...
Go
on. No, I was going to say that's the third when you brought that one out, so this is going to be out next week.
Yeah, true story.
So you'll have to go back, won't we?
Yeah, I'm stockpiling my dents of the week, so when I have a dead boring week at the office, I can just pick one out of the bag. Nice. On that note, shall we move along to dents of the week?
Okay, dents of the week. It's good, that, isn't it?
It's never going to get old.
And it's probably going to get annoying, but
Well, I'm sure they'll let us know.
Yeah, certainly will. Right, who's going first? You or me?
Go on, mate. Let's see what yours is.
Dent of the week. It was the Skoda Octavia, or it was a Skoda Octavia front wing, and it's black, quite a newish shape one. Basically a Ford Fiesta in a car park had opened up and smacked into this front wing, put a dent on a body line, called up, went down to see it, and it was a bit more than just one dent.
Always the case.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, I'll fix it before it gets dark, and it was about 1:30, maybe 2:00. So I got there, I was like, no way,
no,
that's not coming out. No.
Was it one of those? It's too small. I can't pick it up on my camera.
No, to be fair, he said there was a mark above where the dent was, but the mark was it was 120mm crease dent, and it was sharp.
No way.
It was sharp. It was strong, and it was on a concave area. And you're not doing that in a you are. You could do it in a car park, but
yeah, it's not helpful, is it? It's better to get it in and strip down properly. Nice.
And it kinked the bottom, put a crown in the bottom, it put a crown in the middle above a wheel, and then it had bent it near the mirror, so it all plopped in and plopped back out, and it was bad.
Nice.
So that was...
You're making me feel ill talking about it.
That was my dent of the week, and that's what I used the wide bridge on. Yeah. And... I've done a video on it, so I'm sure it's going to burn your eyes when it comes out.
Nice, can't wait to see it, to be honest.
And what about you?
Oh, well, mine was also a black vehicle. BMW 2 Series. And to be honest with you, it was one of those where I can't really remember the story of how it happened because I was just too grossed out by the dent itself. Oh, dear. Yeah, so it was a rear door on the near side. I think it was basically another car had sideswiped them. So yeah, it wasn't a tiny little dent. It was a full door strip down off the car and on a stand type scenario, which seems to be run of the mill for me at the minute. It's happy days. But yeah, so it basically, from the pictures I was sent, it just looked like a little bit of a crease in the middle of the door, but on closer inspection it was sort of a top to bottom of the central panel buckled over an internal bracing. Then there was, because of the way it was pushed in, it had buckled it out at the top as well over another bracing, and then a further dent at the bottom, so it was like 3 sections that needed working. And it was one of those where, you know, when they're just super sharp at the bottom and the only way to really start getting any sensible movement is just to give it some beans. Yeah, like beans. We had to give that some force. But it was, again, one of those where the access was almost too good. You know, just like a big cavity on the inside of the door.
Okay,
so sort of leverage points weren't great. So yeah, it was just a bit of a wrestle. But all in all, we had a bit of a blinding result. It was just... a lot to get it going, and then, you know, it was kind of a nice middle ground of the repair, just sort of flew through that, and then just a ton of picking out towards the end, and obviously cross-checking and whatnot. And then, you know, when you've got doors off cars and you're like, you can get it looking great on the stand, and then you put it back on the car and you're like, oh, please look good, please look good, please look good, and you're like, whew, it's all right.
It's all right. Nice one.
It's kind of like when you're doing a hail roof and you go down the sides and you're like, oh, this is looking good. And then you stand from the back of the car and you're like, oh my God, what have I done?
Just put the tailgate up when you can't see.
Well, you got to take them off, haven't you? You got to take them off.
Oh, right, yeah. That's professional, isn't it?
Well, you know, another story for another day. But yeah, no, so it was another tasty mangle for me. And it came out really well. And customer was happy, job done.
Nice one.
Perfect.
Well done.
But other than our dents of the week, we had a little discussion, didn't we? And said, why not include somebody else's dent of the week, in our opinion? And we saw a bit of a tasty dent today, didn't we?
Certainly did. Was it a blue Focus? AD Shaw did it?
It was AD Shaw.
That was smashed.
Yeah, that was a bit gnarly. I mean, I'm sure we'll bring the pictures up to have a little look at that.
Oh yeah, we will do. Yeah, yeah. I looked at that and he said he'd done it outside. And I was like, whew, no way.
Yeah, they're the kind of ones you really want indoors with a kettle right next to you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
but I'm guessing
that was a good one. That was.
Yeah, I'm guessing there was a ton of strength in that to get that moving. It'd be interesting to have a good chat with AD about his process on that one and how he sort of started, finished, and went about it all. So, if you're listening stroke watching, buddy, jump in the comments section. Let's have a chat. Tell us all about it.
If you want to come on.
Well, that's another one. Yeah, we could get him on a show, couldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, could do. Yeah.
Happy days.
Might get a free cup, Ben.
Again, we spoke about this last week, Martin. Honestly.
Oh, what? Because they cost loads of money?
Yeah, profit margin, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, that's gone, yeah. Like I say, it's even worse this week. Oh,
Isn't
God.
it?
Yeah.
It's nearly Christmas though, isn't it? So, into our main topic of this week, we are going to be having a brief overview into Mobile Tech RX, which, for those of you that may have been living under a rock for the past few years, is basically an all-in-one estimating software. You can now schedule appointments, you can invoice from it, you can take payments from it. It literally is a one-stop shop platform to power your dent business, really. But do you have to use it as an all-in-one thing? Absolutely not. I myself use it purely for estimating purposes. Although I am starting to look on the scheduling side of things as well. I'm looking for a solution that's going to just tidy my business up a little bit and make it flow a bit easier on the admin side. So yeah, at the moment I'm certainly just using MTRX basically as an estimating software, but it's also such a good sales tool, you know, just to help sell your business. I don't know about yourself, Martin, but I find it super helpful. Stood there with the customer and they can just literally look at my mobile tech screen while I'm pricing up. So, but more than anything, it's transparency, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. You know, you're not stood there picking numbers out of the air. You're measuring a dent, you're putting it in the system in front of a customer, and I just find it a very honest way of working. And they know that you're just being straightforward with them and not sort of making things up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm the same. You know, before I'd look at a job and I'd go, yeah, and I'd work it out in my head, you see. So I'm not talking the customer through the process. I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, couple of hours, and then I'd just give a price. And then more often than not, I'd go back into the workshop or, you know, reception. I'd think, why did I just say that? Honestly, yeah,
we've all done it.
Yeah, because sometimes jobs just don't go right, and you know, it might take you half an hour, it might take you an hour and a half, and once you're given that price, that's the price. So since I've been using MTRX, it's great. You know, you can show the customer. So basically, what I do is I'll look at the job with my inspection board, I'll measure it, I'll show the customer exactly what I'm doing. I'll put a bar down the door if I need to. Yeah,
just to check.
See if there's any access. If there isn't, I'll show them. I'll just push the dent slightly, and so we can see a little dot, and then they know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
And then I price it up like that, and I would say 9.5 times out of 10, get the job no problem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about yourself. I mean, I guess this is a overall question. Will you still price a dent from pictures, or do you always drive for an in-person inspection?
I don't really drive anywhere. I get them to come to me.
No, I mean, drive physically to somewhere. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
No, elaborate.
No, I mean, like, if a customer was to send you pictures, my thing is, I can certainly give you a ballpark figure.
Okay, yeah.
But I need to see that panel in person. So, like you've just said, I want to put a tool down the door to check for bracing. You know, obviously there's so many factors that can affect the base price of a dent. And again, this is what I always explain to customers is we always take the exact size in millimetres first. That's our base price, and then you've got all these other factors like that's built into MTRX. So you've got your body lines, restricted access, etc., etc., etc. And I just find it a real good sales point with customers, because so many times I've had them say, "Oh well, I just sent pictures to this guy and he just gave me a definite price." And what I've explained to them is, okay, well that's fine, but for me, what I don't want to do is give you this definite price from a picture over the phone, and then you turn up at the workshop and I find it's way more involved, and tell you that this £150 dent is now going to be £250 because X, Y, and Z. So I just find that mobile tech's completely changed the way I do that whole process for the better. It's just invaluable in my opinion. How's it changed you in your business?
It's changed it massively. Going back to your question though, if someone sends me a picture and it's really obvious and I know the car inside out, then I will just jot it up on price again, and I'll just give them the price, and then I'll say, if you want to come down to the workshop, can sort you a price out. If you want a mobile repair, then I can sort a price out for that as well. But it's changed my business totally. So it's just standard now. Someone comes in, inspection board, measuring stick, boom, done. I mean, it is good as well, because obviously you've generated that estimate for a start, so that customer might not book in for a few weeks, but it's logged in the system. You've got a proper printout that obviously A, you can give to the customer, and B, it's there for your records as well. It's just, it makes that admin side so much easier, which, as anyone that knows me knows, I hate admin. I hate it. I think I don't like it either.
I don't know any dent guy that does. I don't know, maybe they do. It's not for me. I don't know, but so it's and as well, when you're taking on some of those bigger jobs, especially hail, or obviously those jobs that are going to be for insurance purposes, it's just such a super professional way of operating. You've got that whole document there that you can also attach pictures to. Absolutely every bit of information you need that can then just be forwarded straight to an insurance company, and it's just above and beyond professionalism, in my opinion. It almost to the point where, this is going to sound bad, don't shoot me down for this, I think it should be an industry standard personally. Lovely jubbly. Hypothetically speaking, what would happen if every tech used mobile tech off the same matrix, or there and thereabouts? I can't help but think it would better the industry.
I think you're always going to get someone that's going to come in a bit cheaper at you. That's just human nature, I think. But it's certainly set the bar, and
I think I think it would help drive prices though. Surely, I mean, if everyone was to be on the same page, singing from the same sheet, obviously, a customer comes to, let's say, you, and you've priced a dent up, which, to be fair, this has happened. In fact, we had it this week. A customer's come to you, you've priced a dent up a certain way, and then they come to me, and, if we're all going to read a dent a bit differently, but we can show it on MTRX. We can show it, and we can show how we're getting to that price. It's not just a case of a customer going, but I went to him and he said it was this much, so why are you this much?
I think we keep bouncing jobs back and forth, don't we?
I don't want it, you take it.
I know, I'm closed.
Oh dear. But so for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. I mean, what are we talking in the UK? It's £50 a month. Obviously this is just a quick overview of the whole thing. We're going to maybe do a part 2 of this where we go more in depth. So at that point, we're going to really come at you with the nuts and bolts and all the details. And hopefully we can get somebody from MTRX to come on with us. We'll take a real deep dive into it. But I think for now, we just want to have that sort of conversation and see what everyone's opinions on the software are. And for those,
Sorry, I was going to say, so I've got one for you.
Go on then.
If that's any good, you can try and estimate it for me. I've got a recent repair that I did.
Okay.
It's a Nissan Juke, graphite grey, like a dark silver, 250mm crease on the door top,
right.
And it's just going over the inner brace.
Okie dokie. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's load up MTRX. I'm going to screen record it, and we can put it up so everybody can see how we'll go through estimating it in real time on the thing. So let's do that.
Make sure you subscribe to Those Dent Guys, and also tick the notification bell, and you'll be notified as soon as we bring another episode out.
Okay, cool, man. So what I'm going to do is we're going to set this up on the iPad now, so you'll see me looking down here a lot. I'm just looking at my iPad, but I'm going to do a screen record. So everybody that's watching us on YouTube, we're going to put this up on screen so you can see what we're talking through. And for everybody that's listening on the streaming services, I'm going to try and explain what I'm doing on screen so you can hopefully at least get a gist. But don't be lazy. Go and watch us on YouTube and you'll get the full whammy.
Yes, do it. Don't be lazy.
Okie dokie. Right, so the screen we're looking at now is basically the home screen. I'm on my iPad at the minute, so I mean it's slightly switched about if you've got the version on your phone, but for the most part this is your home screen, and you've basically got the option to select a new client, a new estimate, create a new work order, or a new invoice. So basically the four main things you need to do. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting new estimate every time, and where it says select a client, I'm then going to go in to create a new client there. So we're going to just put in Martin Sadler. There we go. Done. And then and then obviously you've got all your options there to put in phone numbers, emails, addresses, etc. And whatnot. So we're just going to save Martin there. I'm always going to get all those details down though, because let's just say it's an insurance job, it's a good practice just to get all that information in there anyway.
Yep, definitely.
And definitely an email, because I always are going to email that estimate to somebody. No printouts. Save the trees, man. No printouts.
Well done.
Yeah, brownie points. Oh dear. Right, so from there, this is the screen you're going to get. It's basically going to show you your pricing on the left, and then we've got scan VIN number at the top, vehicle info, and services. Now in the UK the scan VIN number thing isn't necessarily a feature right now, and I wish it was, because it's awesome.
Okay.
So you can literally just scan the VIN number on a car and it's going to autofill all the car details for you. Be interesting to speak to the MTRX guys actually and see if that's something that's ever going to happen anytime soon. Would be lovely if it would, because it would save so much time.
Does it fill everything out? Does it all the boxes?
Yeah. For the most part, I think it's pretty much constantly updated. So again, anyone that's got any information on that's further to what I know right now, please jump in any of the comment sections and let us know what's going on. I'm just sort of spitballing from what I know at the moment. So first thing I'm doing is putting in vehicle info. Obviously you can put in everything from VIN numbers, years, makes, models, colours, etc. But if you get basically your VIN numbers, registrations and that, more often than not it's going to chuck up some of the information for you. So remind me, what car are we looking at again?
Nissan Juke.
Right,
Yes, we'll go for the Juke.
We're in our make section and we're just going to hit Nissan, and then we're going to scroll down to our Jukes. There we go. And it's just got generic colours for us there, so just for the sake of it, you said it was grey.
Yeah, graphite grey, dark grey. Yep.
Again, you can put in all your other information. We'll keep it short and sweet for this one.
Yeah.
So on the bottom of the screen, it's got the next tab, which is services, which is what we're going to go into. So services, and that brings up all your different areas, and it's really nicely laid out, just super simple. Mobile Tech RX does everything now. You know, it can equate for paint and body, for interiors, detailing, wheels, glass, everything. So it's all there for any auto recon stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
So for now, we're going to look at Price of Dent. This is what most guys are going to be using for retail work. It lets you basically put in a custom dent, if you want to put it like that. So we're going to hit that Price of Dent button, and it's going to bring up the diagram of a car for us, so we can literally just hit which panel we want to work on. So remind me, what is it?
Near side rear.
Near side rear door.
Yep, near side rear, yep, that's what it was.
Perfect. So the next screen that's then going to bring up is our dent size screen. So remind me, you said 250mm?
250mm.
Cool, so we start at 10mm and we just scroll all the way across. Now, one thing I want to just shout up here is, depending on whether you're VAT registered in the UK, obviously I'm going to do this from a UK point of view. I am VAT registered, so all these prices you're about to see on screen now are excluding VAT, so don't be shocked if these prices look super low for you, or high, or whatever it is. This is just how I've got my MTRX set up. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we've selected the 250mm, and then I've got the choice of shallow dent, medium depth, or deep.
To be fair, I would say it was medium. It did take quite a bit. It was quite sharp, but I've not seen that feature.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Well, to be honest, like I say, I've kind of custom set mine up a little bit.
Right,
so
okay.
I took. It comes obviously with built-in matrices. I took the Dent Quote matrix and I jiggled it around a bit to work for me, because some prices were working, some prices seemed underpriced, and so I went into the main MTRX portal and manually changed stuff just to jig it around that sort of works for my area and client base, really.
That's interesting.
These on my screen, it'll show up the depths that class it as a shallow, medium, deep. So if you've got a depth gauge, you could always do that. It's going to make it look super professional. But we'll click medium depth anyway. Cool. So that's got our base price now, excluding VAT, £231. So you'll notice at the top of this screen now, we've got a factors tab, which we're going to hit that because that's where we're going to start getting into the nuts and the bolts of the damage. And this has got all my sliders that tell me all these secondary factors that are going to affect pricing. So first of all, it was a crease dent, wasn't it?
Certainly a crease dent, yes.
Cool. So I'm going to hit my crease slider, and that's putting 15% on the price straight away.
Okay.
So restricted access.
It was partial restricted access. Yes.
Partial. Okay.
It was definitely a bit of glue pulling involved to repair it. I couldn't get to all of it.
Okay. I mean, what I'll tend to do here, I mean, you can put restricted access and glue pull on there. Obviously, this is where MTRX becomes a great sales tool because you can price it up exactly as you see it, see what price you come to, and then there may be a bit of a negotiation point with a customer, you know, if it's too expensive or not, or whatever it is, you know, you can use your common sense and maybe knock one of those off, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So was it an aluminium panel or steel? I believe it's steel.
Steel, yeah, steel.
Cool. Any body lines affected?
Nope.
Stretch metal?
Nope.
Now, here's an interesting one that I've actually added on myself. It's not in there as custom. Again, on the main portal, you can add in your own factors. I've got a factor of heat induction. So whether we're using power PDR machines for stretch metal, or whether we've got to use any hotboxing, etc., for blending out shallows, or again strengthening steel. So I've got a slider there that will put on 10% for using any dent machines. Which I'm guessing we didn't on this instance.
No.
Okay, so at the minute, basically that's got us at £346.50 excluding VAT. So I'm going to go all out and say that there was some R&I to do on that.
There wasn't, but if you couldn't get to it, then yes, you could.
Brave man. Okay, so let's just say we've got some R&I to do if you weren't going to fix it as is. So back to your services screen and hit that R&I tab next to price of dent. And we're going to hit left rear door again. And there it's going to bring on the right hand side of the screen up all the different things that you can strip and fit on that vehicle to make the job easier. Now, hypothetically, let's just say we're taking a door off. So we're going to hit the interior trim panel. We're going to have to take that off. We can probably get away with leaving the glass in if it's all the way up. But we've got to take the door off. So we're going to check both of those tabs there. And that is putting on an extra £100, excluding VAT. Okay.
Well, it's all work. At the end of the day, it needs to, each step and each process needs to be accounted for. So
absolutely. Listen, it's time's money, it's all chargeable services, and correctly so. So at that, what I'm doing from there is I will go back to my main screen view, so you can hit the cursor to go back, and including VAT, I'm telling the customer that is £535.80. And in the scheme of things, what are you going to be paying at a body shop?
Exactly. It's 3 panels at least. You've got the damaged panel, which is your rear door, then you've got the front door for paint. You've got a quarter panel to paint. You've got the door handles to take off and moulding strips. It's a dark grey, graphite grey colour. So, getting the colour match on that front wing, it's possible. But depending on where you take it, if you want a cheap paint job, got to take your risks.
That's it. And this is, again, another reason where MTRX comes into its own, because you've got that in front of you. You can then start having that conversation about body shop pricing or what the alternatives are, and you have justified your pricing by laying it all out like that, and that's where I find it so powerful in terms of sales. So completely up to you, mate. Obviously you've done that job. Do you want to divulge whether that £535.80 is in the ballpark of where you were at?
Without the stripping, you was quite close. You was 340 odd without VAT, and I'm not VAT registered. So I came up to 303. That's what I came at. But
very reasonable for a man of your calibre.
Aye. But you added on also. You've probably got an add-on for medium or deep dent, and did you add on both for restricted access and a crease dent?
Believe I did. Sorry, let me just go. I've just come out of my estimate view now. Let me just go back into it quickly.
And also, that was that's a dent quote. Matrix totally untouched. I've not customised it at all. So
perfect. So factors I put on crease dent, restricted access, and glue pull. And that was it, and that saw me at 346.50.
Yeah, I just put down crease dent. I don't even think I put glue pull down. 303. That's what it came to.
Perfect. Well, listen, I've seen the end result, and that was a phenomenal repair. And in my opinion, cheap at half the price. I think the customers had an amazing result there.
Very good.
But hopefully that can just give a quick overview into sort of price a dent, if that makes sense. From there, I'm just going to quickly, before we wrap up the section, just show the print view, so you can see the estimate that it produces for the customer. So obviously here we can see the estimate that's going to get emailed straight to a customer. So you've got all your car details at the top, then your breakdown of the damage on the given panel, and obviously your totals and subtotals at the bottom, etc.
Interesting. Yeah, very good.
And you can also get what I tend to do is I always get the customer to sign off on this as well before we start the work, so they've agreed to the pricing. And obviously any disclaimers that you've got on there, I've got things including the glue pulling process, etc. Obviously your standards, leaving your car with us stuff. It's all fully signed for, agreed for, and it just makes you look so much more professional in my opinion. That is, for all intents and purposes, a very quick skim over MTRX and what it can do to help you out pricing and selling your business.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, buddy.
Like I've said before, I love it. It's bang on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going to be great if any of you guys listening or watching this, if you can jump in the comments section. Personally, I don't know about you, but I want to hear what guys are doing with their MTRX if you're using it. And if you're not using it, tell us how you sell, how you price. It'd be interesting just to keep that conversation open and going. Just for information's sake, just so we can all pull together and, keep boosting each other, really.
That's it, yeah. It might be something that you're not doing that someone else is, and you just go, oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Again, that open dialogue, like we keep saying, and like we're going to keep saying throughout all these episodes, it is about that open discussion and just breeding some positivity in the industry and, keeping people on the same page, hopefully.
Nice one. Thank you very much for showing us how you would do it. So,
yeah, not at all. And maybe down the line we'll go into some of the other features.
I need to learn a bit more off you.
No, not at all, man. We're all there to learn off each other. I mean, again, there's going to be guys out there who go way more in depth than I do. Please drop in the comments section or give me a call and tell me if we can help build each other and sell better, price better, or whatever. That's what it's all about.
And the email is above my head. Okay, so that's the end of this show. Thanks very much, Ben, for telling us all about MTRX, and hopefully we can go a little bit deeper into it pretty soon with someone from MTRX, maybe. You never know. So yeah, if you've got any kind of feedback or comments, anything to do with the show, if you want to see anything on the show, anything really, you can just pop it in the comments below, or you can stick it on the email, which is above my head, for those Dent Guys with a Z at gmail.com. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And for digital streaming, Ben?
Yeah, everything is at those Dent Guys. So digital streaming, great news this week is we are finally on Spotify now, which is our first major streaming distribution. So happy days. It's all looking nice and shiny on there. Again, if you're on Spotify, just go onto Spotify and search those Dent Guys. We are hosted on Libsyn also, which is just libsyn.com. Same again, search those Dent Guys. Anything else on that front? Still the same in terms of all the other distribution services. So the main ones, your iHeartRadios, your Apple Podcasts, etc. They're going to be coming in January. I'm told January 10th to be precise.
Right. Okay.
So other than that, on the digital streaming side, it's just Libsyn and Spotify for now. But like you say, all other social medias, just search at those Dent Guys.
Yep, no worries. If you've got a really good repair that you've done and you want to feature it on the show, just at us in. So at those Dent Guys. And,
that's right.
We'll see it and talk about it.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been awesome interacting with you guys over the past week, hearing the feedback from the first episode. Hopefully you enjoy this episode as well. Don't forget, every other Friday we're going to have the Facebook Lives where we're going to really get back to you guys on all your feedback and questions and thoughts for the show, basically, again, where we really want to include you guys. So every Friday, no strict time, but it's going to be in the evening. Keep an eye out, jump on with us, and we'll have a good chat and a bit of a crack.
Nice one. All exciting stuff. Innit?
Always. It's always exciting.
Every day I'm looking, I'm like, bloody hell.
I know, to be fair, the numbers have gone up significantly. I can't believe how many people are actually tagging on to the show on all the different platforms. It's awesome. It's
appreciate it all. So,
massively. I think we're all a bit nervous, like, we've got all these big ideas of doing this thing. What if no one's listening?
I know,
bit of tumbleweed.
Hey.
Jinx.
Right.
But no.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on, mate. Sign us off.
I was gonna say I'm signing us off now. So that is the end of episode 2. Thank you very much for watching, and cheers. Those Dent Guys.
Toodles.